Hello, myself Dr. Bhushan Pimple. In this video, we will discuss about how to create a Google form for performing or conducting tests, quizzes, or even an examination. Initially, we should open a Google account and that means Gmail account. In the Gmail account, you will notice the presence of 9 dots on the extreme right side upper corner. Click on these 9 dots. Once you click it, you will find a range of Google apps. In these apps, you should search for Google Drive. Now in my case, the Google Drive is the third symbol, but if you have opened a new account, there are chances that this Google Drive symbol may appear somewhere at the bottom or some you need to search it. Click on this drive, and once you click it, a new window will open. That is my drive. This is the Google Drive. Now in this Google Drive, click uh, right click or press the right click button, and once you press a right click button here, you will be opted for various different options to upload folder, upload file, or new folder. When you have created a new Google Drive, you should open a new folder. Now click on the new folder, and you can have various names of the folders like SYB farm, farmd, etc. So or the class name, and rename this folder and open this folder. After, again right click. On right clicking, you will notice again various different options. That is, within the folder, if you want to create one more folder or upload files, Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slides. At the end, you will notice the presence of more option. Click more, and then you will find Google Forms. Click on Google Forms. Again, you will be prompted for two options: blank form or form from a template. Click on the blank form. On clicking the blank form, this is our blank form. Now I have renamed the blank form as XYZ test, but in your case it will be untitled form. Now you need to rename it according to the test, like test 1, test 2, or test of some subject, whatever it is. And once you rename this and click here, again the same name will appear on this title of the form. Now the first question always should either be name, that is starting with surname, or it can be roll number. And in that case, if you will notice here the presence of short answer. Now this cannot be multiple choice question, so it should always be short answer. And again, notice the presence of this purple symbol that indicates required. Required means this question is compulsory. Unless the student or candidate answers this question, his form will not be submitted, because at the end we will be getting all the marks of all the students, and it will be very difficult for us to see whether which mark belong to which student. So for that sake, we require name or roll number. So once you have created this first question, click on the copy button. Yeah, this is the copy button. Click on the copy. Another question. The same question will be there, name. Now replace the name with roll number. This is our upper question, that is name. And once we have clicked the copy, you have got the another question, and we have replaced the name starting with surname with roll number. Now again, this should be required. This should be a required question. This is a compulsory question. Next, Click on the copy button again after roll number. Once you have filled in the roll number, now click on the copy. The third question will be, you can write your third question. Now in this case I have written who is the PM of India. Now for this you can use multiple choice question like A, B, C, X, Y, Z. These are options. You can click on the add option to include options. Now in this case NM is the right answer, so you will click, the student will click here. But what if your question is having more than one right answer? Like for example, say suppose now, yes, one more thing. For this question, if a student is unable to answer this question, his form should be able to be submitted. So, do check that this question, these type of questions are not marked as required. These cannot be the compulsory question. The compulsory questions are only name or roll number or email address. What? But these cannot be the or else if this is clicked on required and if the student is unable to answer it, he will leave the question, but his paper will not be submitted. Now, if you click those the three dots mentioned here, if you click them, one more option appears, that is description. Description indicates the right or the justification for right answer. You can, if you want, you can write the description. Then I will suggest you to click on this shuffle option order. Shuffle option order means every student will get different option at different sequence. Now in this case it is ABC followed by XYZ. Another student may get NM followed by XYZ followed by Raga followed by ABC. So the option will keep on changing from student to student. Now next, as I said, if your question, if you don't want multiple choice question, as is the case in certain, if you want a single line answer, you can choose short answer. If you want long answers, paragraph answers, you can click here. There is a choice for multiple choice. One more thing, if your question is having more than one correct answer, you can choose checkbox. Checkbox is possible if you have a questions like who was the PM of India. Now in that case then there can be more than one options like NM followed by XYZ, or if all the three are correct answer, the student will tick all the three. So for that reason, checkboxes are necessary. Again, for this, make sure the required option is clicked off. Now, in this way, you can fill up all the questions by just pressing the copy. For the first question in the paper, if you set the settings like shuffle option order and all, it will be applicable to all. We'll give out one more window. It has three options: general, presentation, and quizzes. In generals tab, click limit to one response so that a single student will submit the paper only once. There are chances that if the student feels one or two answer questions he is missing, if you want the student to reappear for the same exam, then you should not check on this. But I will suggest every test to be marked with limit to one response. If you want to collect email addresses of the student, you can check here. But this single check is sufficient. Next is presentation tab. In presentation tab, if you want the question order to be shuffled, like we have typed who is the PM as the first question and who was the PM as the second question. But if you click on this shuffle question order, which I will recommend you, this is very important, so that every student will get the questions in different orders. The same, who is the PM, one student may get it as first, another student may get it as last question. So now next is click on this quizzes. In quizzes, make sure you are clicking on this button, make this a quiz. Unless you click on this button, you are unable to input the right answers. Now, once you have clicked the questions, your job is to fill in the right answers also in case of MCQs and checkboxes. So, click on make this a quiz, then always release grade. Release grade should be put at later after manual review. If you click on immediately after review, the student, whenever he submits the question paper, he will get the answers. So there are chances that the same question, the same student may help other students to solve with the right answers, which we don't want. You can click on this later after manual review, and then if you want respondent can see, just click on the missed questions. There is no need to click on the correct answers and point values and everything, because every point value will generally be the same. Now, if you want to fill in the right answers, once you have clicked on these quizzes in the setting tab, if you click on the quizzes and if you slide the button to make this a quiz, this kind of line appears after each question. That is add answer feedback. We need to add the right answer. Now click on this add answer feedback and you can add the right answer. The right answer is indicated by green tick, and then your job is to put in the points or marks for this particular question. So generally we have the same marks for all questions, and if you have the mix up of questions like short answer, long answer and MCQ, in that case the points will vary. Now click on the done button. Once you click on the done, then choose this kind of question and then try to copy it and continue with the next is to click on the send button or responses, and if you click on responses, then the response will appear and this kind of window will appear. Now click on this green colored icon. This green colored icon lets you know whether you want to have a new spreadsheet or you want to select the existing one. Always choose new spreadsheet. So now the new spreadsheet will be having the same name, that is XYZ test response. That is the test, our test name is XYZ test and the spreadsheet's name is XYZ test responses, that is answers collected. Now click on this create, and this new spreadsheet will be created, which has the first column as timestamp, second was the first question, that is name starting with surname, roll number, and then your questions will appear here, and whatever the name of the student is, their name appears in this column, the time on which they have submitted, their roll numbers will keep on appearing here, and at the end, after every student has completed, this third column or the fourth column, who is the PM here, this will be shifted here and the marks of the student appear in this column. Make sure you click on accepting responses. Once you slide this button, and if the button has purple color, then only the student will be able to record the or submit the paper. Next is once you are done with all the questions, setting the question paper, click on the send tab. Once you click on the send tab, you will get another window That is to whether you want to collect the email address. If you want all your if your all your students have their email address, then you should check this. If not, you can uncheck that. Second is click on this link button. This link is the link for your question paper. Now click and you will be getting a long link which is very long. So if you click on the shorten URL, you will get such a short link. Now copy this short link and you, if you want, you can paste it in the WhatsApp group of the student, or you can even mail them, or you can paste it on your website. So this is how you will generate the Google form for conducting tests or quizzes or exam.